It is Friday, the 6th of September, 2024. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. Today, we're talking about an artist who is she's one of those artists who isn't a household name, but she has a dedicated fan base, She's popular in her own circle, internet famous. And that is Ms. Dorothy Clark herself, Dodie. Dodie is someone who I discovered twice. This comes up so often in the podcast, and I'm realizing this happens to me a lot. I hear one song by an artist, and I like it, and then years later, someone shows me a different song, and I'm like, oh, hey, it's that person. I should actually listen to them. So literally here, she got her start on YouTube, and that's where a lot of her stuff is still focused, obviously. And she started off just kind of making little songs and posting them on YouTube, as so many people do. And now she does full tours and elaborate music videos and albums with orchestral things, wild shit. You love to see it. She's only gotten better with time, I think. Build a Problem is really good. But back when she was just doing random things on YouTube and hadn't hit it big yet, my friend showed me her song Little Mosquito, which is a song about a mosquito, and the video has her eating ice cream, and it was just very cute, very endearing. I was like, that's very sweet. I got stuck in my head a lot. The way her accent comes out and the way she's like, I can't stand it anymore. It greatly amused me. But I didn't check out her other stuff. Or maybe I did, but she didn't have a lot on the channel then, maybe. Then years later in college, I made a friend who is a big Dodie fan, and she was showing me a bunch of other Dodie songs. I was like, oh shit, I know her. She did a song about a mosquito. And so here we are. I've since listened to all her stuff. I continue to listen to her stuff. What's that song called? Lonely Bones gets stuck in my head all the time. I wonder if I have enough to talk about that song on here. Anyway, today we're talking about the song Would You Be So Kind, which is the sixth and final track on her EP You from 2017. This song gets stuck in my head a lot as well. And I wanted to talk about Dodie, but I wasn't sure what song. But because this song keeps getting stuck in my head, I'm like, okay, no, it has to be this song. It's going to be such a contrast to Shame from yesterday. But anyway, I'm recording these episodes back to back, so it's very funny to me. Anyway, we're going to go listen to Would You Be So Kind and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. So, that was Would You Be So Kind by Dodie. Big contrast to yesterday's song. I love when you can hear a singer smiling. Not just in a music video or a live performance, you can hear it in their voice that they're smiling. That happens a lot with Dodie. Not in her, I mean, she also has very dour songs like 6 out of 10 or Burnt Out or whatever. But in songs like this, you can hear a kind of a smirk, a laugh. I enjoy it very much so. It's infectious, I mean, musically, the song is very upbeat. You got the ukulele, you got the finger snaps and claps, and you've got the strings and everything, and the backing vocals. It's just very happy mood and summery, and then you hear her voice as well. It just all combines together into this really happy image, which is interesting because this isn't a particularly happy song. This is an unrequited love song about someone begging someone to please just return their feelings, and it's very sweet, and I love the imagery in it, so we're gonna get right into it. I have a question. It might seem strange. How are your lungs? Are they in pain? Because mine are aching. Think I know why. I kind of like it though. You want to try. So, how are your lungs? Are they in pain? Because mine are aching. It's talking about the idea of being short of breath when you're around people you have a crush on. They leave you breathless. And so she's saying my lungs ache when I'm around you. Do you feel the same way? If not, do you want to try to feel the same way? It's very playful, but also kind of sad and desperate. And that's what's interesting about the lyricism of this song, So then the chorus is, oh, would you be so kind as to fall in love with me? You see, I'm trying. I know you know that I like you, but that's not enough. So if you will, please fall in love. I think it's only fair. There's got to be some butterflies somewhere want to share, because I like you, but that's not enough. So if you will, please fall in love with me. I love how endlessly polite this song is. I mean, it starts with, I have a question, right? And then it's, would you be so kind as to fall in love with me? It's almost I was about to say, it's almost like she's saying, do me a favor. She says, do me a favor later in the song. I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, I love the politeness of it, right? And then the, if you will, please fall in love with me, right? Because it's such a innocent question, but it's a very heavy question. I mean, it's a big thing to ask someone to fall in love with you. But yeah, I know that you know that I like you. So the feelings are known, but not returned. It's not a enough. So if you will, please fall in love. I do love, there's got to be some butterflies somewhere. Talking about the idea of butterflies in your stomach, right? There's got to be some feelings you have for me. Want to share, right? I have butterflies in my stomach for you. Do you want to share them? So then the second verse, let's write a story, be in my book. You've got to join me on my page. At least take a look. Oh, where are your manners? You need some time. Let's swap chests today. That might help you decide. So, let's write a story, be in my book is very kind of, cliche in a way of like, this is the beginning of our story together sort of idea, You've got to join me on my page. You've got to be in this book with me, this journey of life. But then you need some time, right? That's always what happens. It's an important decision and you need some time to think about it. And then let's swap chests today. That might help you decide. Saying like, if you felt my heartbeat, my lungs, you would understand the feeling I have, that might help you decide. Then we get the chorus again, and then the bridge is, oh, do me a favor, can your heart rate rise a little? It's just that repeated, and then you get the chorus again. I love that bridge part. That's the part that gets stuck in my head a lot. Just, do me a favor, can your heart rate rise a little? I have to do the accent while I'm singing it. It's one of those songs. She's one of those artists. The accent is so prominent that I have to sing it like that. So again, like I said about just being unfailingly polite, do me a favor, right? Can your heart rate rise a little? Oh. It's so sad. It's so like a little. Can it raise a little? Anything. Just give me a crumb of affection, please, I beg you. I'm starving. My crops are withering. Yeah, it's so good. I love the way this song is written. I love the feel of it. It's got the happy feel, and it's about being in love, and it's got all these descriptions of butterflies in your stomach, and my lungs are aching and all this, and talking about falling in love and your heart rate rising. But it's all framed in this happy, gorgeous way, but it's all very desperate and sad of like, I really wish you would return my feelings, and I'd do anything to have you return my feelings. It's a deeply sad song, really, when you get to the core of it, in a really interesting way. Yeah, I don't think I have much else to say about it. Well-made song. Love it. Definitely one of my favorites of hers. I do like a lot of Human and Build a Problem, though, so I may talk about some songs from them. Monster would be an interesting one to talk about. And Hate Myself. Great songs. Oh, and Lonely Bones, like I mentioned. Guiltless, Boys Like You. She has a lot of great songs. We'll get there eventually. But I wanted to start with this one because it's great. And it's a perfect introduction to her style, I think, at least her style at the time. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of the song. Tell me what you think of the show. Tell other people about the show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.
Oh, heck no, isn't that just the sweetest little thing you ever heard? I just finished Ted Lasso. This is why I'm like this. Anything. Just give me a crumb of affection, please, I beg you. I'm starving. My crops are withering. Like my vagina. Be still, my beating vagina. Anyway, Guiltless, Boys Like You. There's a lot of things that are interesting about her. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Break it down. Copyright claim that, bitch. Fucking. Oh, I haven't talked about this on the show. This is going to be a long outtake. I use Break It Down from Sarcasm as my intro and outro music, because I figured it wasn't under copyright because it was made for like a film that is available on the internet to view, and people have used it everywhere. It's in memes all across the board on YouTube and whatever. Someone fucking re-uploaded it to Spotify, 2 different versions of it. So every single episode of this podcast is flagged for copyright, even though it's not, the person who re-uploaded it is not like any of the members of Anonymous. It's so stupid. Anyway, that's a whole thing. We could talk about YouTube's content ID until the cows come home. But bleh.